So why I'm here for you? Okay, so why I'm doing this? I'm a senior leader working in a corporate. Why should I actually take some time on Sunday to chat with you? Correct, and this is very important uh, to note. Okay, so what I've decided is, no, for a couple of years I've been doing this. I've been seeing whoever comes to me, I help them to grow in the career. I have a 6 hours time I allocated for sharing my knowledge in a week. Okay, it could be Saturday, Sunday, or it could be any night time of the weekday. So I allocated 6 hours of my time to share my knowledge to the people who actually want to grow, okay, or want from me, or they think that I can actually give some knowledge to them, because I'm living with the purpose of three P's, and one is purpose, okay, and first P is the purpose. So what purpose I have is this. Recently I took this decision that I would like to touch 1 million lives to propagate the operational excellence knowledge to 1 million people by 2030, okay, and build a career. So I'm seriously taking this. So I may take help from government, I may take help from whoever is in the ecosystem, okay. And I've started creating my own modules, spending my own money, okay, and creating something which I am passionate of. And that's what the second P is all about. And third is, you all know who have worked with me. I normally, if I start, I end it. Okay? I don't keep it lingering around. So I have that perseverance in my mind that I will complete the job which I've taken up. Okay. And with that, I would suggest, if any one of you want to be part of this, please talk to me, and how you can help me out could be the next question. We can work together. And this is why we are here. Okay. 6 hours a week from my side is for somebody, okay, for the society. I would like to make a difference for them, and I could help them to grow so that their families and their basically next generations also grows together. Okay. So that is why we are here. So what we will learn today, okay, I'm very proud to say that I'm the first experienced master black belt who has cracked the ASQ handbook course. And in India, I don't think so in Asia, there's no one to even take this course uh, in the open public forum other than the ASQ. ASQ charges 1.5 lakhs for just taking this course. Other than that, you have 2.25 lakhs to get the certification. But what is important in life is the knowledge. If you can acquire the knowledge, and if you can get an international certification for acquiring that knowledge through the accredited trainer like me. So I'm an international accredited trainer of Lean and Six Sigma. I'm almost 15 years practitioner of Master Black Belt. I'm already a certified Master Black Belt from the US company. But the important point is I cracked this book, which means that I learned this book 10 times, and I found that whatever I did in the industry is what is written in the book. So that's the beauty. And then I started taking sessions for people. Around 35 people got certified through me. But the important is it helped them to grow from the local level to corporate level. It helped me personally on enhancing the leadership capabilities, because we started talking the language of the management. They execute the organization strategies, align with them, okay? And also this has a very unique competitive advantage for personal career growth, because you will actually behave like a leader, and you will understand what management is talking, okay, and you will align with them very fast. By that leadership and charisma, and you will work together to get the results, and which increases your chances of getting the salary more within the company and outside the company. So Master Black Belt is something. When I learned this handbook, one of the things which I found is it is not having any tools or techniques. It is not having any statistics. It is a proper strategic management book of systematically talking about how to deploy strategy, how to roll out a global strategies, how to roll out Lean and Six Sigma, how to actually set up the competencies around it, how to bring the cultural change agents, and how to actually deploy the trainings, and how to deploy the projects, how to manage the projects, and how actually you mentor the non-black belts, top management, as well as the green belts and black belts. So I will take you through all these things one by one, okay? Before that, I just want you to understand that the Lean Six Sigma role, your leadership role starts once you become black belt. So why I'm talking this, okay? So you all would have been a background of a technical background or a graduate or undergraduates, or you may be coming from, let's say, MBA degree and all. So you may always be wondering what will take me to leader, become a leader. Or leader can start from the departmental functional head, or it could get into the head of departments, or it could get into the senior leadership team and as well as the top management. But the essence of that is nothing but understanding the business, correct, and working for the business. And important thing is how you work for the business when you are in the operations, correct, or when you are in the service industry. The important is understanding how to really map the processes. Working with the business processes makes you to understand businesses, and improving the business processes and efficiencies and effectiveness will make you to become a leader. That is the language management will understand. So it starts actually from black belt. So black belt are the people who are solving complex problems and bring a big impact to the organization. And the master black belts are the people who actually work with CEO, COO to actually help the strategy execution, as well as deploy the culture of Lean and Six Sigma across organization. They actually set the complete infrastructure. But there is one pitfall in this roles, which everybody would have experienced it. I also was in that trap. If you are a black belt or master black belt, they will actually make you permanent to live in that role throughout the company, in all the company, correct? Because they will label you as an operation excellence guy. So they may not recognize you as a leader, correct? And that is where you need to get certified as a master black belt. And the master black belt certification, along with your experience, can put you as a potential CXO. I'll come to that point of very important transition we are talking. Okay, so what is that we need to do? Okay, the questions can come. Can I do directly green belt? The answer is yes. Okay. Can I do black belt directly? The answer is yes, because the courses of green belt and black belt has all other sub courses included in that. For example, if I say 90 hours of black belt, the 32 hours of green belt subject is also included in that. And there is an advanced course other than that. So we normally start all the course from the basic fundamentals and then teach the people to the advanced levels. So if you are doing green belt, automatically you know white belt and yellow belt included in that. And if you are doing black belt, you know that green belt is part of it, okay, and that is also covered in all the curriculum. If you are doing master black belt, that is where slight difference comes. Master black belt is like an MBA program, okay. It doesn't include all the black belt tools. So you have to actually mandatorily do black belt along with master black belt. Or if you are a leader of more than 10 to 15 years experience, for example, somebody from QC has joined here, he is more than 20 years experience, he can directly do master black belt because he says that I can keep black belts under me. I don't need to worry, but I would like to become a leadership excellence coach. Then he doesn't need to actually do black belt, okay. So people who have more than 10 years experience, leaders who are functional leaders, they can directly go for master black belt certification and they can call themselves master black belt and leadership excellence coach, okay. But always understanding black belt is important essence for driving projects. That's why we talk black belt as an important ingredient of master black belt. So if you see my experience has been starting, I was working in a petrochemical for 15 years with a normal technical work, okay. My transition happened in 2005, and that 2005 onwards, I've been in the role of business excellence, but you will see slowly I moved from the site role to the corporate role and multi-site roles and the leadership roles. And currently I'm with Syngene as a corporate head of operational excellence. So in most of the companies, I led the deployment from the scratch of the Lean and Six Sigma for both cultural as well as the performance, business performance, top-down and bottom-up approaches, thereby giving bottom line savings as well as transforming the company into a cultural transformation by involving all employees in the company. So that is the essence of Master Black Belt as a leader. And I slowly, if you see that I am now working in Syngene with very less people, but I'm influencing whole organization. And there is a huge amount of engagement and acceptance in what we are doing. And that's how we got into a role of leader. So just to start with the quote, which actually made me to learn is that it is important to pay attention to the means as to the end. That's the important statement of excellence what Swami Vivekananda told. That's exactly will take you as a leader as well. So important to learn the tools and techniques, the management concepts of Master Black Belt, getting into the strategies of how to actually roll out and how to understand the culture. These are all means, correct? And as a leader, we should be able to go through it very systematically over a period of 6 months time. That's how you get into the real matter of understanding the results. This exactly I followed. Okay, and whoever worked with me, you would have seen I'm more stressing on processes, structuring the processes, and then pushing them so that that actually gives the results. Okay. So just to give you how a black belt like you or a non-black belt can become a leader. Okay, and I'm telling from my life. Okay, so my life has been like this. So I'm proud to say that I started my career as black belt in 2005 as a domain expert. Okay, I was a subject matter expert of chemical engineer. Plus, I started making myself expert in black belt. Okay, maybe many of you in that position today. You don't need to take so much time what I took. That's why I'm going to coach you so that you can, if I took 15 years, you can do it in 10 years. Okay, 5 years ahead. So what I did, very important thing I did is I did 2 courses. Okay, one, I did the general management course so that I learned the financial part and the business part, strategies of it. And I did Master Black Belt in 2006 itself, because that's where very important. After Black Belt, after 5 projects of Black Belt, I did Master Black Belt immediately. Okay, irrespective of that also you can do. Very important is doing Master Black Belt faster, because then you should not then apply the Master Black Belt in your workplace wherever you're working along with your leaders. And that's exactly what I did. From the subject matter expert, I went and started applying in Piramal as a cluster head, a multi-site head, and then slowly I became corporate head by actually applying the Master Black Belt concepts and behaving and living as a Master Black Belt. A lot of experience came, a lot of resistances came, lot of issues came where I could solve it very amicably with the support of top management. But that's where I learned exactly the tricks of doing as a Master Black Belt and what is written in the book. Okay, and that is exactly will give a results of lot of national awards, lot of savings to Piramal Group, 50 crores per year. And wherever I worked, a lot of savings came, a lot of people got trained, a lot of engagement happened. And there was always appreciation for all the CEOs and CXOs for me for the work I had done. And then in 2018, I started working with McKinsey's, and I started learning the leadership coaching. Then I went to the international credential and got PCC and the master coach as well. So slowly I transitioned into a coach, which is very important characteristic of a leader. Okay, and coaching is a credential which talks about how to make others think. Okay, how to, and I see everyone has his own innovation and way of doing things, and your only job is to actually make them to do their own creativity, correct? And that's what exactly I'm doing in the current company Syngene. But now I'm proud to say that I've currently resigned Syngene. I'll be taking up a role of a group president and the chief excellence officer in one of the big pharma company in Chennai. So I've been proud to say that from the black belt, I'm actually moving into almost to the role of the COO, which I'm very happy about it. And I'm actually going to share this story so that all of you can actually become a leader in your domain area, but also have that knack of doing things as well. So that is the story. And this story, I'll make it basically true for you as well. When you come along with me for the time which I have to share my knowledge, and you'll be able to grasp things. Okay, so if you're for Master Black Belt course, okay, to get started, okay, to become Black Belt first. If you're saying I'm not the Black Belt, don't worry, okay. So if you're a very good graduate or with an MBA or with experience of more than 2 to 3 years, you are eligible to do Black Belt, okay. And you can do Black Belt with me. I can mentor you, but I'll do slightly different Black Belt. I'll groom you for a application of 30 practical tools, but you will get all the self-paced modules for preparation of ASQ exams. but we will also give you international certification. So which also means that that is recognized lifetime with a low cost, but also equivalent to ASQ. Okay. The ASQ I am not recommending because they only have a life of 3 years. You have to again write exam. But the important point I'm stressing here is learn the body of language of ASQ. The knowledge is important. Certification, I would put it, you should take it from my mentorship and my recognized institute who can give you certified, because I'm accredited trainer who knows who are the real good partners to give certification. These are the 30 tools you will learn in black belt. So whoever is not a black belt here, you can enroll black belt. We can do parallelly, and we can actually make you black belt within 3 months. Okay, this wonderful 30 tools. If you know this, you crack the interview, you get a better career. People will love to have you, as well as you can apply this in the current area. I'll be a lifetime mentor coach for you. Whenever you want to have any doubts, you can call me. But you will also have the course material of my recordings, which will help you out to grow. This is completely personal. I'm giving you my knowledge, and that's something you should use of. But today's session is all about decoding master black belt, correct? Who has to do master black belt? If you're a black belt and you have been working as a black belt for 2 to 3 years, and you have done more than 5 projects, okay? Projects, I would say even a leader does, correct? Non-black belt, so who has 10 years experience, okay? You would have done a lot of projects, correct? That's fine. If you are more than 10 years experience, non-black belt, but if you are a black belt with more than 5 years experience, but 2 years in black belt, you are eligible for master black belt, at least with me, okay? And then you can get into the course, learn the management subject, and start becoming a leader of, like a master of Lean and Six Sigma, okay? So that you'll have a good time. And what we are going to do, I'm the only mentor available in India. I'm very proud to say that. You can Google and check. Even ASQ doesn't take this course because nobody enrolls it for 1.5 lakhs they charge, okay? And this is the only course available in India by me, where I actually completely designed the whole modules by reading the book with my own money and effort. I have created modules for you so that it's practically, I can mentor you as well as you can learn the self-pacing. So what is all about is transform to excellence leader, and it's through coaching and mentoring, the handbook of ASQ, Master Black Belt, okay? So what is Master Black Belt? The Master Black Belt, or as Vijay talked about in the starting, it is the topmost role of the Lean and Six Sigma, who actually lead as a change agent and deploy the Six Sigma program. He is also a mentor for black belts and green belts, correct? And they are supposed to be a strategic leader. And this strategic leader actually drives all the complex projects to closure. And he also handles the bigger portfolio. And he is an effective communicator. He's very closely working with CEOs and COOs. And he is having high analytical and problem solving skills. And actually, he is going to be a very important transformational leader. And these are the 23 chapters which we are going to decode today, okay? And these 23 chapters, what I have done is, I've created 96 videos along with model exams, and each video is around 5 to 6 minutes, similar to what videos you have in the LMS. And I will also have a parallel 24 hours live mentoring sessions every week. So as I told, I can spare 1.5 hours for this batch of Master Black Belt every Sunday. And that will be mentored for the portion, for each chapters, what you will cover in every week, okay? And this 23 chapters is what is essence of Master Black Belt. And you will also, after you do this course along with me for around 5 to 6 months, you will automatically get international certification. So there is no much exam into this, because even if you take up this course itself is a big exam. And while you read, I'm going to make you more interesting for you to understand the concept. And with that book, you will be, or with my actually guidelines, you will be able to apply it, okay? Understanding what is there in the book is very important. So now let's go on. I'm just going to share you a very important thing about the book, okay? And very important thing is knowing about the decoding of the book. So let me go and decode the book slightly first, at the first level of decoding. So if you see the chapters, we have 5 part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, okay? And those are called modules, okay? And these modules are starting from part 1, you have enterprise-wide planning and deployment. So this enterprise actually means global. Please understand, I am a global leader. I have rolled out Lean Six Sigma globally for 8 countries. And that's exactly what your role, you can play that role from single site to multi sites and multi sites to global sites as well. And this enterprise-wide planning deployment is a strategy which covers 9 chapters. Okay, if you go and see here, it covers 9 chapters. You see up to 9. And what are those? Okay, you will see that the first chapter is strategic plan deployment, and it actually brings out the very important strategic tools like SWOT analysis, pest analysis. Hoshin country is the very important strategic deployment tool, policy deployment tool, which actually takes care of this 135 plan strategies for you, but it also converts and engages the strategic, operational, and tactical projects of departments to be linked into Lean and Six Sigma. And there is a traditional strategic planning approach which companies follow, but Hoshin country is what you should learn and follow. Strategic plan alignment, it actually talks about how you deploy it, when to deploy, when a lot of initiatives are happening, how you'll study the culture and deploy it, how you'll actually take the buy-in and deploy it, how you'll align with the business strategy and deploy it, and what is the project alignment with strategic plan, and how you align with the business objective so that everybody thinks this is a part of the work. The third one is actually deploying the Lean and Six Sigma concept, training and setting the governance, setting the resource planning at the corporate level of Lean Six Sigma and also functional level, and also executing the projects you identified using various methodology of DMAC, DFSS, etc. And that is what is important. So this is what the black belt possesses. That's what I told you. Even if you are doing master black belt, please work with us to learn black belt as well. And if you learn the 30 tools, most of this is taken care. And Six Sigma methodology is very important for you to learn, because you once you identify the opportunities, which is the chapter 5, after you identify the opportunities, you have to implement or execute the opportunity, correct? And you should know the methodology of Six Sigma to execute it in the way. Identifying opportunity, there are various ways of identification, structured way, and then you also can use creative and innovative tools. These are all talked in very depth. You saw the number of pages the course has. And if you see, then you get into a prioritization based on the risk. Okay, and so you saw that beautifully it is coming up, correct? Well, once you identify the projects, then you prioritize the project using a project and pipeline tool, and then you create a pipeline management, which is actually a portfolio management. Then comes the organizational design. So you're already now ready with the projects. You already set the actually the people and the course, correct, and also the strategy and also projects and opportunity. Now you should make the organization ready for doing that, correct? So make the organization ready for doing that. Basically, you should start seeing system thinking. You should start seeing the organization current maturity, and also seeing the cultural change techniques, correct? And because you are making the organization ready for it, and then you get into organizational commitment, the chapter 8. Okay, and the organization commitment is what is important, is important for how thing to see, where you are ensuring that people are aligned to do Lean and Six Sigma project, but also ensuring that they know why they are doing it, and you are doing the change management for bringing them to the new mindset. Very important chapter. The last one is identifying the finance and business performance metrics, correct? And that is where you start understanding which are all the measures which is important for us to align with the business benefits, and that is where you will work closely with finance. Finance is a very important partner for you during this journey. So understanding the finance part also is very important. The next chapter talks about cross-functional competency. Very important. Here we capture the voice of process, voice of customer, and that is where you start collecting data of what is important to the business in the terms of the projects. And then you also identify the internal organizational challenges which you may foresee, which should not derail your deployment. So there you will work on organizational dynamics, and you will work on interventing styles and departmental conflicts. These are all in depth. It talks about the management subject, how to handle as a leader, how you will handle multicultural issues, how will you handle conflicts. It's a beautiful HR subject you will be having here. And you also have how to set up the Lean Six Sigma organization, what CEO will play the role, who will play a steering committee, who will have the council, what is the role of master black belt, what is the role of the head of the departments. all are explained in this. So this set up the complete organogram for the deployment. Since you have now the projects, now since you made your organization ready, since you have removed all the resistances, and now you clarified the role and governance of Lean Six Sigma, the next part comes is the execution of the projects. So I always believe that whoever is a master black belt or black belt, they are already a program management as well. So because they execute a lot of projects. So Lean and Six Sigma project is also a part of a portfolio projects. And if you able to systematically deploy it and execute it, so that's also a project management by itself. So you have the skills. So automatically black belt have the skills. So project management is also a very important component of successful deployment and execution of the projects. Okay. And very important is to set up what are the cross-functional projects, how does the mega projects, and what are the prioritized projects, and that you will be learning in the starting execution. Then how you actually execute the project. The project have 5 stages, correct? Initiating and all those steps are coming, correct? Initiating, executing, monitoring, and then the XYZ, correct? So what are the 5 steps of project management you will do for each project, up to monitoring as well as communicating, and then ensuring there is always a corrective action if something is not working. So the complete management of project is also discussed in chapter 14. And how do you set up the project management infrastructure in terms of resources, methods, tools, and performance management? This is also very important for any project. So when you learn this master black belt, when you learn this session of this project management, this will be very, very common topic for executing any project. It's a summary of the project management professional exam. Okay. And the last one is project financial tools. How to check the project is feasible, whether it has a return on investment, whether we have a break even. Everything is taught in this budget and forecast and costing concept. So it's again a very good learning on concepts which many of us don't know, correct? And that's where they have brought in some critical testing of forecasting techniques by which you can understand whether this project is feasible or not. So now you know the projects, now you know the opportunity. Now very important is how you will design the training delivery and training design and delivery. How you actually design the training modules and how you deliver it. So think Lean Six Sigma as a new concept to the organization, correct? So everyone doesn't know the concept. So you need to actually create a training modules for white belt, yellow belt, green belt, black belt, correct? And that's where you actually need a lot of efforts to set the training modules, set the method of training delivery for the adult learners, and also set the certification process, and also set a career and performance management for each people who are doing it sincerely, correct? And that starts with identifying training needs as well. So this is exactly another generic subject. If you become expert in part 4 module, you will be expert in the organizational development, which we call it as an organization, the OD, where we talk about how to capture the training needs analysis, correct? Training needs. And for that, we have a very structured method of identifying the training needs. For even Lean Six Sigma training, we need to capture certain concept of training needs based on the human resource strategic plan, correct? So we have to align our strategic plans, and then we work with the HR to capture this. And based on that, we also set up our training modules, correct? And then purposes and types of training and training plans. And the training plans actually is also very important, because whom to train, how to train, and which level we need to start and which level we need to end. So it can start from beginner to expert level. And importance of training and education plans and important components, correct? And also applying the training plan. So if you see this as a subject, you first identify TNA, and then you set up a plan, and then you set up the training materials and curriculum. Very important. And the curriculum should be more customized. If you see GE as a company, when they implemented Lean and Six Sigma, they had their own curriculum and they had their own certification and up to master black belt. And then you see the training effectiveness evaluation. The training effectiveness evaluation is one of the very, very gray area, but this chapter talks about beautifully how to learn the training effectiveness for any training. Okay, and that is the beauty about this master black belt. It is a generic document. You can apply it for Lean and Six Sigma. You can apply it for any training, even quality training of your company or any training you can apply. It gives you a lot of evaluation models. It gives you very important principles. It gives you the various data collection methods of before and after, hypothesis testing, it also gives you how effectively you can apply after the training as well. And part 5, after you completed all these things, you have a responsibility of Master Black Belt as a mentor, correct? As a mentor. So you have to mentor the champions. Champions are nothing but who are the process owners, who are the head of the departments. And you also should be knowing your role as a change agent. Okay, you yourself should be a change agent. And then you should also coach the executives, that is top management. And you should do project reviews. You should set up the steering committees. You should also set the project sizings, and you should also ensure proper communication is done. So this is more getting into project communication and governance. And then next chapter, which talks about chapter 22, is very important. It talks about how a Master Black Belt can mentor Black Belt and Green Belt. So that is more of setting up the roles and responsibilities of Black Belt and Green Belt, and then how you actually mentor individuals, and how you actually mentor a team, and how you do the reviews of the Black Belt and Green Belt in a DMAC gateway. And that is what we are talking, and how you facilitate the team, cross-functional team, who are all the team members in the Black Belt and Green Belt. The last one is very important. Even though you may be doing projects with 20% of the people in the organization, how you will mentor or cover all other 80%. One of the example I would tell you that I created a Lean Six Sigma module for the white belt. Whoever enters in the company as a new employee, mandatory they are to do. And that's exactly today we have all 100% employee in Syngene as a white belt. And this is what is all about. How you will create knowledge to people who are non-black belt, but slowly they are motivated to come inside the black belt. So this actually is the first decoding what I would say for you people, okay, to understand that this handbook is all about management. There is no tools and techniques, but important is this, if you read, you will get bored, okay, because a lot of things are based on the practical experience of the people. But when I read this, I found that it is all what I did in last 15 to 17 years. And I was able to really be happy to read that, acquire that knowledge. But when I explain to people, I explain it in a very simple way so that they also do that. So with this, what I want to actually do now is, that's what is covered in 96 videos, model exams. And in this 96 videos, I have personally talked, okay? And it's my voice, you will get it and you can actually hear that at your own convenience time. And it's a beautiful 5 to 7 minutes video. I'll also give a personal mentoring, live mentoring on each chapters. Whatever doubts you have, you can ask. We'll go through the handbook only, and we'll have a handbook opened up. Every line and every page of the handbook, you can ask questions to me. I'll be able to answer you. And post that, you will also have a model exam, and you will have the certification after completing the self-paced videos. Okay, and we have a LMS, and this is what the packages look like. So you will get all the resources in one go. You will also get my mentoring, and you will also get, I'll be the life mentor for you, and for career preparation as well as certification. And you can be proud to say that you learned from me, as well as you cracked the handbook. And it's not something you can be having it in your mind, but whenever you have any doubt, whenever you want to do something in the organization, you can open the book, read the book, create the strategy, deploy the strategy. Okay, and that is how it is. And we'll talk about how to go about in the end of the session. But I want to take you through how the certification look like. Okay, and there are almost 35 people got certified with me, Master Black Belt. They have got almost 2x to 3x salaries, and they are working in the global companies, and they are in connection with me always, and they have been very happy after doing this, because some became entrepreneurs, they started their own companies, and some they have become leaders in the organization. Getting this certification is like an MBA degree. Okay, so we have partners of IIEEL who has built a world-class platform, so we get everything there. And I have a Singapore partner who gives me the certificate exclusively for my training. And because I'm an international trainer with a number of ID 012039 IASC, and based on that, they give my certification. And we have a digital partner, eHoler, who actually supported to set up the course and website as well. So we have a website called IIEL.com, and we also have a learning platform of courses of all ASQs and ICF courses. Okay. So what I want
Dr.
for next,
if I could just interrupt a small question.
Yeah.
So these 96 videos, do they come with a shelf life, or once the participants join, what's the duration?
6 months, 6 months period. Yeah, 6 months period they can use, but we can always have a 1 or 2 months extra extension.
Thank you.
With a proper justification. Suppose they are not well, so the video is more a 6 months period. I would say during the life of what they'll be doing the course. Yeah, because that videos are nothing but the content from the handbook. So once they go through the video, then they'll be thorough with that, and then we'll be giving the handbook copy of PDF as well. So that itself enough for them in the future. That's how it is. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so next 15 minutes, I'm going to just show you the glimpse of the content, training content. Okay, so this is how these slides, I've taken only the portion. 750 slides are there totally. So I personally took my interest to record and do my passion work, and I'm going to just take you through the slides to show you how it will look like, how decoding will look like, how simple it is made. Okay, so this is a part 5, and there's a quiz. So this is what is then. So when you go to the first chapter, so you will see 9 chapters in that. First part, you see the 9 chapters, strategic plan, alignment, and all XYZ. And when we go to chapter 1, it will be made so simple. Okay, and you will have a simple slides explaining what is SWOT and what is best, and then getting into one example. This is example of strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. And there is one practical example and a template. You can use it. It's an easy template available in Google. So you can start making your own as well. There's a pest analysis, and we bring all the essence of what is there in the book in the PPT, so that not to miss elements. So this also, we will try to give you a hard copy of 3 slides per page on request. Okay, and it's all there in the handbooks, but it's important to know what is. And this is one example of how the Hoshin country components are there. So we explain each and every component here, starting from alignment, reviews, metrics, PDCA, long-term, mid-term, customer, long-term. So this is exactly the components you will learn, how Hoshin country is actually prepared, and what it look like. It looks like this, correct? So it's basically ensuring that for doing any strategy, you collect all the data, and from there you prioritize, and then you cascade, and then you take actions, and it's going to be continuous, correct? 135 plan. And then when you come to alignment, these are the 9 components of alignment. Everything will be sequentially discussed. When to do the deployment, what source you should get, what funding, what competitive pressures, capabilities, checking the capabilities, organizational capabilities, and what comes from the SWOT, what are the stakeholder inputs, and what is the baseline performance. It's a beautiful checklist which you will understand before any deployment, and this you can use it for any deployment, not Lean Six Sigma alone. And then how you identify the opportunities from strategy, how you cascade the strategy into tactical to operational, and coming to the departmental. And this P are nothing but the Lean Six Sigma projects you identify as the projects for improvement. And then you take these C part, how alignment of goal, strat plan towards results, correct? And that is how you do. And then you deploy Lean and Six Sigma, where you form all these levels, executive committee and all. And then you have a governance, how you set the Lean Six Sigma governance, and how you actually set the RACI matrix for each people, and how you measure the maturity of the organization. There are 2 maturity we will be measuring. As an organizational, how we are moving, where are we, irrespective of you implement Lean Six Sigma or not. So where are you now? Very important. And as a Lean Six Sigma, if you are deploying Lean Six Sigma, let's say you started, after 3 to 9 months, are we here? After 6 to 18 months, are we here? After 13 months, are we here? It's a beautiful matrix, maturity, where you will understand the Lean and Six Sigma concept in thorough. This is how you will, this are discuss in detail, okay, so that you can actually understand these concepts very well. Chapter 4 will give you the methodologies, DMAC, DFSS, all the tools, which is nothing but the black belt you will learn, correct? And that is why I told you should learn black belt. Opportunity of improvement, how to identify the opportunity, how systematically you can do ideation, or from where you will get all the opportunities, how you filter it, prioritize it, how you assign it, and how you close it. And this is exactly very essence of a management of strategy, a 5-step process. And how you actually do this, okay? And what are the techniques, tools and techniques we can use for getting the opportunities. Okay, and that is also shown here. Okay, and how you analyze the risk analysis of in chapter 6, you do risk analysis either by weightage, effort versus impact, correct, and you measure which is easier to do, which is difficult to do, and which needs support. And this is, and then you work on organization design, how to align organization, how to ensure that you simplify the system thinking, correct, and what is the systems we need to integrate before we deploy, very important, correct, and that is where people fail. Even current digital transformation, they don't think system thinking, they just deploy and they get into problem. This is very important slide. This slide, you will be talking each and every components of 12 components of this cultural change is discussed in detail. How people are behaving, correct, what kind of behavior they bring into, which can lead to a cultural issues, and you can be seeing which is predominant in your company. You can figure out from these 12 factors, and accordingly you can take actions. Okay, and how to successfully implement various people, process, technology, infrastructure, culture, and who is the change leader. Master Black Belt is a change leader, and ensure that you bring the force field analysis to check how many people are behaving as the driving forces, how many are restraining forces. You can analyze this and then work on how to remove the restraining forces. And then commitment, and here you can set up your organogram such a way that the corporate Lean Six Sigma deployment leader is reporting to CEO, and then all the people are connected very well to it. And the organogram is such a way that he has an important position in the organization and is not reporting to the site level. He's reporting to the CEO level. Okay. How you communicate, very important. Communication styles, plans, and elements are very important. And then we have techniques of Master Black Belts and behaviors and roles. In chapter 9, we talk about the financial ROI and the break-even points, and then all the other techniques. And also the business performance metrics, on all the financial, customer, operational, internal business, all the metrics are also discussed in detail. Coming to the cross-functional competencies, here we talk about voice of process, voice of customer, and we talk about various ways where you capture the voice of customer. And then very important is how you integrate those things in improving the product and services. Okay. And 11 talks about the culture, structure, alignment, motivation, and leadership. You all know organization culture is very important study, and it also talks about the Maslow thing, also the change curve we are talking, correct. Initially people are fearful, and they slowly accept and they start performing, correct. And also we should have the important tools aligning to the principles, culture, practices, and tools. Tools are nothing but Lean and Six Sigma. You also identify the motivational factors of the team as per the Maslow, and then you work on different styles of the leadership. And you all know we need to have a team style of leadership to get the success, and also situational leadership, which talks about coaching and supporting. Then we also talk about the support of the management. And then coming to project management, it talks about how you manage projects portfolio, how you manage the mega projects, project sequencing, how you do this relationship, and then how you actually do the mega projects, and how you apply the scope, schedule, and resources, cost, quality, scope, and time, and how you use this life cycle phases of initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closure, and how you actually set up the project management structure for executing the Lean and Six Sigma project. And the costing concept is very important. Many people don't know how to do this, hard savings, soft savings. It is a detailed discussion is done in this, and there are many methods they are given for hard and cost save, cold saving, soft savings. And then we come to the training needs. The training needs, it's very important. We talk about training plans, training needs, and integration with HR training plans, and then how you set up the training as per the level of people, correct, and beginners to mastery level, and then how you set up the adult learners, hearing, seeing, memory, and so take into consider adult learners, because most of the company has experienced people. Okay, and I just want to go faster and close this, because these are they're all taken care in this module. And training delivery, and this is very important slide. Okay, the degree of participation in training is more when you practice immediately after training, correct, and that is what is the retention. So this talks about that more. How you assess the effectiveness by doing that. Actually, you immediately apply, and then before the training you do something, during the training, immediate after the training, and then after some period of training, then you check the effectiveness. And these are the ways you check the effectiveness which talks about various levels. And last one is mentoring responsibility, champions, change agents, black belts, and mentoring non-black belts. Here we talk about the exact roles while you are reviewing the projects each people do. And then we talk about how the career path of the green belt to black belt to master black belt happen in an organization. And then we talk about how you facilitate team, 5 stages of team formation, forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning and recognition. And then you talk about time management, and you talk about how you actually develop the whole organization who are non-belt employees and create a cultural change. So few more minutes for me. Okay. And by this, I just complete the decoding of the chapters and these modules. I've shown you the glimpse of it, but I have the 750 slides converted into e-modules, and the same slides I'll also do the mentoring if you have any doubts. And this is how we are designed. And I personally want to say that competence leads to confidence, confidence leads to commitment, commitment leads to happiness, and happiness leads to the results, right? And that's what I am made up of, and I can actually share that to you. And can we do the polling, Jay? The 2 questions?
Yes, yes. So I'm just
yeah, there is a 31 people, so we're just putting 1 question. So we'll come to the Q&A very shortly. We'll have this polling. Okay. So what we are saying is, yeah, so leadership excellence is all about managing, leading, and developing, correct? And yeah, naturally it is all the above, correct? That's what we all should know. So many people, actually, most of the people waste time in managing. So when you go back to your office, just check whether are you doing more developing people, okay? So at least you give importance to all the 3, okay? Yeah, some people says developing is the most important. That's fine. But important is at least 33, 33, 33. You start with that, and slowly you will see that you should go more to the development side. Okay, very good, excellent. Okay, so there is a 23 answers. Yeah. So can we go to the next question now?
Sure.
So you heard about my story as well as my success story and yours as well. Okay, and I just want to have the feel of what you learned from me, but you always have, I'm going to give my credentials, my phone number as well. You can always call me and ask more questions, but yeah, we'll take the question answer with this. We'll slightly extend 5 minutes the session, but we'll ensure that it's done. Okay. Yeah, we just want to make you understand comfortable that you all can come on board, and that to help you. My 6 hours of time is for you. Okay. And whoever is, yeah, great. So we'll be setting up one Google form in the chat box. So, okay, please ensure that all of you take your time to fill that. Yeah, whoever doesn't want to do, no problem, but ensure that you can do some other course which could be relevant to your domain. But important is try to identify such courses which will take to the leadership level. Thank you all for 20 people who responded. Okay, you can still keep responding. Okay, thanks Vijay. Let's move on. Can I move on, Vijay?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's break and take the questions. Okay, raise your hands. Vijay will actually sort of facilitate this whole thing. You can come on, unmute, and then ask questions. Shobit, yeah, go ahead, Shobit.
Hello, sir. Hope you remember.
Yeah, Shobit. Yeah. I could see you. Yeah, Shobit.
Yeah. Just wanted a small clarification. See, Master Black Belt is the last stage, right, of the belts. So I don't have any white belt or green belt or yellow belt. So how I can initiate this part going forward?
How many years experience you have, Shobit?
18 years, sir.
Superb. So if you have 18 years experience, you can directly do black belt. Okay. And you can also do master black belt in parallel, because master black belt is a management subject. Okay. You can do black belt, and then parallel you can do master black belt, but certification of master black belt will come after you get certified black belt. Okay. And for once you are certified black belt, and then you are after that you get master black belt after 6 months. Let's say 3 months you get black belt, because you're 18 years experience. You already done a lot of projects. So in 6th month you will get master black belt. For the society, you will only show as a master black belt, which in turn knows that you are already black belt.
Okay.
And for you to internalize the learnings of black belt, I would suggest certification. Learning is the first step, but after that 2 years, you should sincerely apply both master black belt and black belt in your workplace under my guidance. You can call me, I can help you out in that. Okay.
Okay.
Important is getting that certification and knowledge, and so that anytime you want to do something in your company, you can refer the book or my material, my recordings, and then accordingly you can apply. And so that the early you get that certification, the early you know what is the concept, then you have more 10 years period for you to apply, and then you will be in the limelight in the company to grow.
Sure, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Very good. Thanks. Very good.
I'll connect offline too, sir. If you share the credentials,
Yeah, we are going to